I saw this Common Core survey and I wanted to go over it with y'all. I reckon the students should be exposed to the Constitution before being asked to do this survey with their folks. A lot of these questions are designed to shape the opinions of students and give them preconceived notions about the role of government and what our rights are before even being exposed to the Constitution. I say exposed to the Constitution as opposed to being educated on the Constitution, because I wouldn't trust these liberal teachers to teach it. If students were actually encouraged to examine the Constitution, there would be no point of this survey.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
First question, government should encourage rather than restrict prayer in the public schools, yes or no? Encourage and mandate are two different things. Encouragement of prayer ain't a bad idea, because time in prayer minimizes the time kids could take the opportunity to get knocked up, toked up, beat up, or shot up, which seems to happen a little bit too much since prayer's been kicked to the curb. Encouraging prayer isn't a bad thing. Making it a law is. So the question is loaded like a diaper. Next question. Government has an obligation to regulate businesses in order to preserve the environment for future generations. Man, do not try to sell me on your liberal environmentalist agenda by pretending to be concerned about future generations. You do not care about future generations. If you do not see that the child in the womb that has been conceived, mind you, as even a potential human being, how can you possibly see a potential future of human beings that haven't even been conceived yet? You see how full of it y'all are? Liberals are the ones who often say we have a population problem, yet want to act like they're all about more generations coming. So as you can see, the question is already gearing the students to give the government more power, because the question includes the sentimental element of saving the planet. We have to protect the earth. Yes, give the government more power to protect the earth. Yes, give the government more power. These people live a huge lie when they say power to the people. What they really mean, whether they know it or not, is more power to the state. The Constitution does have a commerce clause in it, yes, and scholars have beat the snot out of interpreting it. I offer this. Just like with all the Constitution, you can either interpret it liberally or you can interpret it conservatively. If you interpret it liberally, then you will take the liberty of imposing a liberal amount of regulations, and the businesses will suffer. And when people have a hard time making ends meet, trust me, they don't care about the environment that much. And when more people are having a hard time making ends meet, the less they'll care about the environment. And these places are mostly run by Democrats, the so-called champions for the environment. Frisco, Chicago, New York, LA are all run by these environmentalist liberals. And these cities have some of the filthiest areas and all think it's the next person, not themselves. These areas are populated with people having a hard time making ends meet. And a big part of that is because of the liberal amount of regulations that hurt hiring power. However, if one interprets the Commerce Clause conservatively, then the regulations will be imposed conservatively and lets the better agent regulate commerce, that better agent being the free market. Next question, and this one's a race baiter. Affirmative action programs deny equality of opportunity to whites in hiring, yes or no? You know you better answer no on this one. You're only supposed to see whites as unfairly privileged and non-whites as victims, like a good liberal. Affirmative action is kind of like Common Core. Outcome isn't really what's important, as long as the formula looks right. And we're gonna force these numbers or these quotas in a convoluted arrangement and feel good about ourselves regardless of the results. Next question in the next donation. So the question is loaded like a diaper.